Hello, how are you? Tony Burst calling you and checking in from Okinawa, Japan. Good evening, good day, wherever you're at. Another live stream coming at you, and today we're going to be talking about still doing my favorite book, Dynamic Laws of Prosperity. We're on chapter 8, and hopefully you can see that right there. And so that's what we're going to be talking about. Money is a relationship. Money is something that we all need. Money, money can make the world go round. In the post, I just put on there, money. In God we trust, or is it in God we lust? Sometimes we have love or hate relationship with money. We get it, we spend it right up, and we don't think about it. And oh, by the way, if you got back a return this year from your taxes, and I don't know whether everywhere does income tax returns or anything like that, but I do know in the United States where we're from that they do income tax. But here's an interesting tidbit about income taxes. The money that you get back every year, that's money you already paid. It's an overpayment. So you're not really getting back found money. You're just getting back money that was overpaid to you. So what if there was a way for you to take that money, whether it's 500,000, whatever it is, and put it aside each year for 5 or 10 years? You could have, $10,000-$20,000 if you did it over your span of your work life. That can be a nice little retirement if you were able to do that. But for me, it was just such a poor spending habit that I developed as a young person. So I did what most of us do. We get it, we spend it, and by the summer, we don't even have a little bit to show for the little surplus that we had come in. So I want to really talk about that today because it's such an integral part of our society and what we do. The reality is that, when you say anything about money, try to make it as positive as possible, even if it's regarding friends, family, or loved ones, even if it's like the job, even if it's like, the price of that's constantly going up, housing is going up, everything's going up. And so I want us to have a more proactive way of looking at that. Let's ask for the divine order of the universe, or God, if you will, that he blesses us with the means to take care of it and provide for ourselves and our family. On the dollar bill, it says, "In God we trust." So what is that really telling you? That should I be trusting more in the money, or should I be trusting more in God? I'm going to go out on a limb and say this, God, 100%, because money can come, it can go. Money does not solve my problem. It just gives me the ability, if it's a monetary thing, and if I'm fortunate enough, be able to, pay for it, or, help someone pay for it even. So that's an important part about it. I'm going to read I'm going to read some of it as we're going along. That'll help also. And in the first chapter, in chapter 8, it says, recently a friend sent me a comic postcard, which read, "Rich or poor, it's good to have money." I would totally agree with that. I had a friend of mine, his name was Sylvester Wilson. May God be pleased with him. He was quite an integral part of my personal development. I met him. I might have mentioned on an earlier video in the Tom Daly's Message of the Month, and then later on it was Touchstone Success Network. Shout out to Danny Pollard, who did an amazing job, and the rest of the Touchstone Success Network crew. So he would come on and he said, we talking about, some language or literature, where we're saying that, oh, the love of money is evil. Money is not evil. Why would God create something? Why would it be created? Oh, it's bad for you. No, it's not bad for you. It can be bad to you if you don't treat it right. And that's what I want to say today. And it's important that I do watch my language about money, especially when I'm speaking to myself or to others even, because if I want to be a blessing, I need to be blessed so I can be a blessing. So it's important for me to remember that. And it says in here, money is divine. And one of the stories, it was interesting, and it was a sales job, and it was one of those sales jobs. I think they sold burial plots, and that might not be something that that you could be creative with. It's like at a person's worst moment, they got to put a loved one away, and so now they got to go find a plot, and now they have to go and talk to you or find some kind of way to get this plot situated so we can take care of our loved ones. And so while as I read that and I thought about it, I said, wow, what a thing to have to get motivated about. Somebody's at their worst moment, you trying to come in with some solution. So there was some tact, and there had to be some diplomacy and some lens of compassion, especially if you're talking to someone in that state of mind. And so they had a couple of people that was selling, and they said, oh, everything's slow, this is slow. But you had one individual, they kept speaking things into existence and said, they may be slow, but I'm here to serve and help. And they were the number one salesperson in that particular division, and they sold burial plots. So I'm like, wow, what an epiphany. And also, as we talk about money, it's imperative that we all learn about money some kind of way. And I think for me, I was able to get a job, but that doesn't mean I was good with money. And if you constantly in a position of always having to borrow, and you have enough money coming into your life, that to me says that I need to change some of my spending habits or downgrade some of my living costs. And we're such, we want the benefits of someone who saved money and not hoard money, save money, and they do the right thing with their money, versus someone who don't think about nobody but the next paycheck and what we're going to do here. And so money can be a blessing, or it can be I hate to say it, like it can be bad for you if you're a person and you have some lesser qualities and you get money. You just be a person with money, and you're still gonna have lesser qualities, and you're not gonna be very productive in there. And so also, there's a passage in here. I've never been poor, only broke. Being poor is a frame of mind. Being broke is a temporary situation. Again, being very careful with my words and what I say out of my mouth. And check out the language. It says, I've been poor. I've never been poor. Let me correct that. I've never been poor, only broke. Being poor is a frame of mind. Being broke is a temporary situation. So what is that saying? That's saying to me, my language. That's saying to me, if I say that I'm poor, I'm actually speaking that, speaking more poor into my life. Being broke is temporary. Being poor is a mindset. And again, be careful with what I say out of my mouth about money. Be careful what I say out of my mouth about friends and loved ones. Be careful what I say out of my mouth to anyone that I'm coming in contact with. So I have to be very mindful of that and pay attention to the language. It's very important to do that. And also, if you're a person who read the Bible, and there's a lot of teaching we have in the Bible, or whatever you want to read, or whatever book you read, the Torah, whatever, the Quran, whatever you read. If you don't read nothing, that's fine too. You still got to deal with money. You got to have math, and you got to know figures. So I'm going to read some. If you think favorably about money, you multiply and increase it in your midst. Whereas if you criticize and condemn it in any form, either your own money or another's, you dissipate and repel it from you. Again, it is the talk. Be very careful as we move forward through this, ladies and gentlemen, as we speak about money, as we speak about friends and family, as we speak about our health, as we speak about the conditions and stuff. And so I do watch the news, but I try to take it in small doses because it's so vexing to my spirit because, there's so much going on and we see it, and I'm not here to go over all of that or take a side or anything like that. But I have to be mindful that, I can do more good with the money than I can without. And so as I grow through things and I develop better spending habits and I learn to appreciate what the Creator God has given me, then prayerfully and hopefully I can share that with others and be a beacon of hope for other folks, or help them, or maybe we can partner together on some stuff. And so it's imperative that I continue to remember that. And it says on this page here, it says appreciate money as the rich substance of God and make no excuse for your appreciation of it. For if you do, money will be repelled from you and your foolish excuse making. So again, it is definitely about the language, and how I treat money is indicative of how it comes and goes in my life. And if you treat it as just something to manipulate and just something to, when you got it, you as they say, you're flossing, whatever that means, and you showboating and, look at me, I'm blinging and all that stuff, and it's cool to do that, if you can, but always remember that, for me, I practice not being too up when it's up and not being too down when it's down, because baby, it is going to change. So I want to make sure that I try to stay in the middle as much as possible. And I'm so grateful that you're here today. And affirm often, it says, I use the positive power of God's rich substance in wisdom, love, and good judgment in all financial affairs. And I am prospered in all my ways. And I hope in your ways you'll be prospered, and in your affairs that you be a beacon of hope. So if you get a chance, please, get this amazing book, Dynamic Laws of Prosperity. And I am going to read one other passage out of here as we close this out. I try to keep these to 15 minutes. I'm going to start doing longer once I get better at it. And then thank you for being here today. And it says, remember this final quote in the back of this chapter 8 that we're in. It says, yesterday is a canceled check. Tomorrow is a promissory note. Today is the only cash you have. Spend it wisely. So you, my brothers and sisters, wherever you're at, spend your time wisely, spend your money wisely, enjoy yourself, and no, we do not take it with us. We shouldn't. I don't know about other folks. I'm not going to be lining my coffin with the $100 bills because somebody coming back that night and get that junk. So I'm just saying. So I do understand that money is very, very important. It was created by God, so we can, it's a sign of currency. It's a sign of affluency, and it can be a sign of power and be used in the good as well as the not so good. So that's it. I don't want to labor too long with this, but I'm going to be back. My plan is to continue doing this and get through this book. I'm so thankful for the people who come before me that I listen to. You may know some of them already, but I want you to know that you are very, very valuable. And whatever you're working on, may you prosper in it, and may you grow and be as successful as you want to be, and always trust the process. And just when you think it might be too much, a miracle is about to happen. So stay focused, stay up. Peace and blessing. This is the Worldwide Motivator. We are in Japan right now, and I hope that this inspired you in some kind of way. And remember, get this book. It's very, very good. I enjoyed it. This is about my third or fourth read. It's just got so many great nuggets. But I want to empower you to think outside the box sometime and be willing to take some different risks. Because if nothing changes, nothing changes. And if you continue to do the same thing, you will continue to get the same results. And it's one of those things that I want to embark upon you or share that you are able to be that beacon of hope for someone. Well, bye for now. And if nobody told you were amazing, you're amazing, and you're going to be as successful in life as you choose to be. If you don't like what you're getting, stop what you're doing, have a paradigm shift, and watch what happens when you have a better way of thinking. You will get better results. Bye for now.